All right, guys. So welcome to One Piece debates. It's been a long time for us, but
Been yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
been a really long
It's
time.
been a really long
I
time,
mean,
but
probably like in by the time we upload it, it's not going to be
yeah, yeah,
like
definitely, yeah,
that long between episodes. But
yeah. Um,
still figuring the whole thing out. At the end of the day, like maybe this passion project will never see the light. Well, I mean, it already has. Like like
it
it
already
already has
has.
seen the light of day. It's just
Yeah,
like
I
I
mean,
haven't really been promoted or
yeah,
anything. So.
I mean, you know, but I'm just happy to be here with my one of
Oh yeah,
my best
absolutely.
friends, and yeah, just to talk about something I love, and yeah, that's enough for me. So, uh, yeah. Um, Yeah, so how about we get into it? So today's episode is actually it's about some of our favorite quotes from One Piece, and it's it's kind of like our favorite moments, but I wanted specifically to like focus on like quotes and like
Quotes, yeah.
some words that from the series that impacted us.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so
Yeah, a little bit of a side note. Well, two side notes. One is just like a funny comment. Like, this is One Piece debates, and we only debated like once, I think.
that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah,
I mean, again, passion project. I don't really mind. Like, it's cool because
it's
I
all
think
good.
like we share a lot of things.
Yeah.
We still haven't like really debated on like why we like each character, which would be cool. Which, funny enough, I think I have like a great comeback from for you. Like, you know how like people are saying is like, oh, kind of like Zoro got neglected. He only got an SBS, and Sanji got a whole arc.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. I don't know if I should say or like hold on. Should I?
I mean, just
I mean, like it's a little bit different. I'll
I
just
mean, you
say
can
it.
just
But
say
like,
it. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think it matters. But I'm actually like it was funny because um I think like Monster is like the next project that Oda is going to be working on.
Yeah.
And it's going to focus a lot on Ryuma, and we already know by the SDS that Ryuma is Zoro's grandfather.
Yep.
So I'm like, well, yeah, Sanji got a whole arc, but Zoro gonna get a whole anime.
All right. All right. I mean, yeah. I mean, let's see what it comes out. Let's see what it comes out. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
I'm
like
excited for that project. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not Zoro, and like we already got a movie where it was focused around Zoro, and I think the general consensus was that like it bombed, and I get it. Like, I mean, this is nothing to do with like favorite quotes, but yeah, Zoro is just like one of those people that like he doesn't talk a lot. He's just more action oriented, but you can't really like um, create a whole arc or like anime or even a movie out of it. It's just he's
Yeah.
just there, you know.
Yeah. I have you ever seen that movie? Um,
No, I haven't. I haven't seen a lot of movies. The only one that I've seen is Red, Gold. No, not Gold. Film Z
yeah.
and Stampede. Those are the
Okay.
only three.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
think I've
Stampede is
seen.
just
Yeah.
like fan service.
Yeah. Yeah. That was my favorite so far. Actually, I really like.
So.
Yeah, because gotta watch it again. All right, let's start. Let's start the quotes one. I don't even know
So
if
you want to
my
start it?
computer has enough memory. We'll see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But so far it's so good. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna start off. Wait. How do we do this, by the way? Like, so the way that I did it
I mean, we
is,
could just go back and forth.
yeah, the way that I did it is I chose five quotes that I kind of like, liked and remembered. Um,
Yeah,
but I have some honorable mentions as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the other side note now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't bring up in the beginning is that this show has the potential to be like 20 hours long with so many quotes and
Yeah.
like more than 20 hours. Like there can be like a lot of research into it because
Hmm.
One Piece is just so quotable, and some random dude that you only met once says like
Yeah.
a very inspiring quote, and like you never hear that quote again. So,
Yeah.
I'm sure that we're going to miss a lot. We're going to like not
Yeah. Yeah. It's all
talk
good.
about many, but I mean it's good to just to reminisce for a
Yeah.
few.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. This is not like a definitive top 10 quotes of One Piece. It's just like some things that we liked and were memorable for us.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So I'm going to start off with like just like a quick jab here, just like kind of like my one of my weaker ones. I'm sure that there's like some overlap as well. Like, if I bring one up, I'm sure maybe one or two of
Mhm.
them are on your list as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, yeah, so it's one of them that was really impactful for me, and actually since the live action came out as well. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, this was like a quote, but it's more like a moment, I guess, that like impacted me, and it was when like Sanji was saying goodbye to Zeph,
Mhm.
and like I don't know, man, like just something about the way the things that he says, but like especially like when it's in Japanese, like
Mhm.
since I speak a little bit, like I don't know, it's something like it it hits really deep,
Yeah.
and yeah, and I mean I'll just say the English one, and so it goes like all these years I lived under your crab roof. I owe you my life. I'll never forget you. Right, like
Mhm.
that. Yeah, and I mean in English that was even reading that was really like
Yeah.
I felt a little
Yeah,
bit,
and
yeah, yeah. Yeah, go
that
ahead.
that happens a lot. Like there's a lot of things. I mean, just I mean, you know, like you speak like three, four languages. I mean, three and a half. But just like think a lot of things get lost in translation. So
Yeah, yeah,
um, that definitely like there's a lot of things that have a lot more impact and in Japanese too. Japanese has a lot of like play on words and a lot of like meanings that really can't be translated too well. It's just more of
yeah,
a
yeah,
feeling, I guess you could say it. But yeah, no, I get it 100%.
yeah. And like I think something that happens in the when he says it in Japanese is that like there's like a juxtaposition of like because the way Sanji speaks, like he says like shitty whatever,
Yeah,
like shitty whatever, like but then he also like in that moment he uses like a really formal and like a really like you saw how he bows to Zeph and stuff, like
yeah,
yeah, it's like there's like a juxtaposition of how he says like shitty roof, but then he also says like the most like formal phrase like in Japanese to thank somebody, so it's
yeah,
like damn, man, and then just the emotion, and then like um yeah, just the way it was delivered in the anime especially, yeah,
yeah,
that's my first thing. Yeah, so that was
yeah.
my
No,
that was my
hundred
first thing. Yeah.
percent.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're starting out strong. Like you said, you came out jabbing. Like you threw like full on Superman punch on me, man.
Came out you, yeah.
I've never
That's true. That's
never
true.
seen the jab so strong.
Just kidding. Yeah, Superman punch. Yeah, yeah.
I just like imagine it's like, hey, let me just like give you a quick jab and just like super
Yeah.
punch.
I'm just.
I was like, whoop.
That's true. Okay. My second one might be a jab though. Might be. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Oh
Okay.
man, like that's the same thing you said about this one.
It's gonna be like a flying knee or whatever those are called. But they just like. All right. Yeah. That was my
Like a
first
fucking
one.
roundhouse kick to the head.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my
Oh
first
man.
one. Yeah, I have cried to that moment. It's funny, like I didn't cry the first time I watched that, but then when I came
Mhm.
back to it after knowing, you know,
Yeah.
Sanji's real
It
story, and
there's a lot of moments that like when you watch it again, it's just like they're so meaningful. And a little bit of a tangent, like when you said um the Sanji versus Bon Clay fight in Alabasta was one of the best fights. um I definitely didn't see it, but like now that I know everything about Bon Clay and everything, I was just like, I mean, still I have a lot of heart for the other fights, but I could see where like your feelings come from. Like, oh yeah, that was one of the best fights because like
Yeah,
it's kind of like fighting Luffy and Usopp, you know?
yeah, yeah. It's like after knowing characters for deeper in, and then you know, yeah,
Exactly.
just caring about them makes it a whole better. Um,
Yeah.
all right, yeah. So how about you, man? What's
Well, I have a few. I don't know, like I don't really have like an order per se.
yeah.
I definitely have like a top one.
Okay, okay.
Which kind of like something that I like to think about and live by. Um, but yeah, I'll get to that. Another like cool moment, sticking with the our favorite characters, kind of, is the nothing happened,
Yeah,
um, which is more of a moment, not really like a quote, but like just like the words behind it have so much meaning.
yeah,
Um, and I really like that because with Zoro it is exactly, and again, so I'm making a little bit of a point that I'm going to be making whenever we make our our Zoro versus Sanji
yeah,
debate. But Zoro is just the type of person that like he doesn't care about praise. He's just he wants to he wants his captain to be like the king of the pirates because he wants to be the greatest swordsman. So it's kind of like you can't have one without the other. And there's so many things like him sacrificing his dream just to see his captain fulfill his, um like him being like not saying anything, like he I don't know, there's so many things about it that we can go into more in depth. I don't really have like a lot of words to describe it, but just in general, keeping with the quote and not really with the moment, nothing happened is a cool quote to say when it's just like, when One Piece, and on Twitter, if someone says, "Hey, what happened?" He just says, "Hey, man, nothing happened."
yeah,
It brings chills to me. Like, talking about it in real life, I'll be like, "Nothing happened."
yeah,
I would be like, kind of like being in that same mentality of Zoro, bringing it to real life. I'm just like, hey man, he said nothing happened, so nothing happened.
yeah, yeah. I like that mentality too. It's like you know, um, like some sometimes when people like show off and stuff, it can be like really annoying and stuff. But you know
Yeah,
that Zoro mentality of like, yeah, like when he really did like one of the biggest things, like biggest self-sacrifices, and then he's just like, no,
yeah,
it was nothing, and like, yeah,
yeah.
gotta
No,
respect that. Yeah,
yeah, and you see it with like social media nowadays. So it's just like you're always documenting everything. You're always documenting like your goodness and your bad things and everything, and just saying, hey, like just nothing happened, and just going along with it. It holds a lot of value,
yeah, exactly,
good and
exactly.
bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's definitely like one of people's favorite moments. And yeah, like, I remember that Tekking had done like a top moments in One Piece, and that was the like number
Mhm.
one moment. But he did that like about like maybe 10 years ago. But it was still like, yeah, I was like, damn, yeah, that's very impactful. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. Um, all right, so I'll just get into my second one. I don't think I can need to explain this one too much, but yeah, it's another Sanji one. I only have two. only have two Sanji ones in this
Bro, it's
one.
a podcast. You have to explain it. Come on, like,
All right,
wait, what are
yeah,
you gonna do? Just like say the 5 quotes. All right, we're done with the podcast. Like, let's move on.
yeah.
Podcast is like
All right,
5 minutes long.
here's my quotes. Yeah, they mean a lot to me. All right, that's it.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I cried. They mean a lot to me. All right, that's good. Yeah. All right, nothing happened. uh, um,
Hey, man, nothing happened.
all right, so my second one is when Sanji was he met Gin for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, so remember this was on the brazier, and then Gin was like all
Yeah.
hungry and stuff, and yeah, and so yeah, he had just given him the fried rice, and then he's just like, you know, uh, you know, Gin is kind of like, why did you give this to me? Like I'm like should be your enemy, whatever. Yeah, and then my quote goes like this. It goes, "I don't care if you want to die with dignity, but if you eat up, you'd be able to look forward to a new tomorrow, won't you?" So I think this is like a good representation of like who Sanji is as a character, and he's like, he's definitely kind, like kind to a fault, where that he feeds his enemy, and then his enemy might come back and like bite him on the ass, and but
Mm,
like Sanji doesn't care, and we know from his backstory that like you know uh, he has gone through starvation, and even more than that, like you know with his backstory with his family,
mm.
but yeah, like
Man, I thought that was just like a favorite quote. It's not like sleeping over Sanji, man. Come on.
hey, hey, it's me, man. It's gonna be it's all that's just a given, man. That's just a given.
Right, here are my favorite quotes. 4 of them about Sanji.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, that's yeah, I feel like that shows his true character, and is something that I try to take a lot from, just
Yeah.
to be, you know, as kind of a person as him, and uh, yeah,
No, 100%.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's just it goes to show like how much depth um like the Sanji character has, and again, I don't know if you're gonna cut what we talked about in the beginning with Zoro or not, but just
nah,
like
I'm gonna keep it in.
yeah, you could have a whole arc of Sanji, and having a whole arc of Zoro is a little bit hard. And actually, like a little bit of a tangent, really cool like moment that Zoro had where he literally said no words. And it just recently got animated was when um that guy again really bad with names like I'm sure like everybody knows it by now, but that guy that used to never smile, and then he ate the smile fruit,
Oh, killer.
and he was just like, no, it wasn't killer. It was the one of the Odin's like right hand men.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Kyoshiro,
what was it? Yoshido? I
Kyoshiro.
think it was Yosh. Yeah, the guy with the crazy hair. I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so like when like he died, and Zoro was like just really cool with him, and he went to his grave, and he poured a glass for him, um and he drank like a cup of sake, and it was just like such a cool moment to see. I don't know if you saw that, but it was just like really impactful.
Yeah. Um, Actually, I forgot that. I don't know if that was Kyoshiro because Kyoshiro's still alive. So, um,
It was the guy that died. You know, I'm not sure like his name. You could tell me like 20 names. I'm gonna say yeah, sure, that's him. But no, he's the guy where like his daughter saw him like die, and she also ate the smile fruit.
oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I forgot his name though. Maybe Yasui,
Yeah,
maybe, but yeah, I forgot it.
yeah. I'm not.
Cool.
Again. really bad with names. You could say like 20 names, but
Yeah.
yeah, when again he died, he was at his grave, and he just like poured one. He didn't say a single word, but it was just like one of those moments where, um, like Sanji would have given the whole monologue, probably like you could listen to a whole monologue of him speaking for like an episode full, and Zoro is just a couple minutes, 0 words, just move on,
Yeah.
Right, tangent over.
All right.
I've been
What's your?
enjoying these tangents lately. So another one for me is um, kind of like in Dressrosa, where it's not really like a quote, but really cool like monologue
Yeah.
um, that Dofi gave,
Oh,
just
okay.
about like the
Okay.
state of life, that like
Yeah.
that is such a cool like moment, and can added a lot of depth to Doflamingo, where it's just like he was pure evil. He's like one of the greatest villains just because he's evil. He's not like he, he's just evil.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so something that you said, specifically, like if we're talking about quotes, is where was it? Uh, the winner will define the meaning of justice.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
So and that's very true in One Piece, where it's just like the world, the government erased 800 years, or no, 100 years, like the Void Century, um, just because they were the winner. We still don't know much about it, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they won somehow, and that's why they just like had the power to erase it and just rewrite history. Um, yeah, it's just that's how they defined uh that's how they define justice, so
Yeah.
it's cool to think of it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. I like that you chose that one because all my ones are just from like kind of like
Sanji
good
lately.
guys. Yeah. No, man, I only have two. Yeah, but I never chose. I didn't choose one from like Doflamingo type characters. So yeah, I kind of like that. And I mean, like to be honest, I kind of agree with it. It's just like yeah, whoever is the winner will,
Yeah,
you know.
and again, like I'm sure that we're forgetting so many cool characters, or bad, good, neutral, just appear for a single screen to just say
Yeah,
one epic line.
yeah,
It happens, but yeah, no, it's just I think we're just like scratching the surface with this episode.
yeah, yeah. Like my process on this was basically like I just chose a few that I remembered like I didn't look up anything for at first, and then I was just like, okay, what do I remember? And then yeah, I chose some of those, and then I looked up a couple after that, and just like, oh yeah, yeah, that's a good moment too.
Yeah,
Um,
for me, it was more like I kind of worked backwards. I looked up quotes, but I only chose the ones that like I saw, and I was like, I don't really need to look at a screen or anything. It's just like I know where it happened,
yeah,
and those are the ones that like are really impactful, and everyone's gonna have like an impact for in different moments, but
yeah,
those specifically.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're ready for the next one here.
Yeah, I think.
All right, I just have a question for you. Uh,
Mhm.
so
Are you ready?
what? So yeah, so, yeah, stop, man. All right. Um,
Oh man.
yeah. So, when do you think people die? When they are shot through the
Oh
heart
man, that
by the bullet of a pistol?
yeah, no.
No. Did you choose this one?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
actually overlaps, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
I guess
Definitely.
I'm gonna say it right now. That's my
Yeah.
number one.
Oh wow. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah. That, I
No,
mean,
no, no. It's cool.
I mean,
But I
you
mean, it's cool to talk about like the differences, and we can even go more in depth into this one.
yeah. Do you want to say the whole quote then? I mean, since this is your number one, so
I mean, you have it. Just I just remember the part where uh I need to
okay. No, I can read it. Yeah,
revert.
I have it right
Yeah,
here. So yeah.
definitely.
All right. So it goes. When do you think people die? When they are shot through the heart by the bullet of a pistol? No. When they are ravaged by an incurable disease? No. When they drink a soup made from poisonous mushroom? No. It's when they are forgotten. Damn.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true, man.
No,
That's facts.
that's straight cooking,
That's
and again,
facts right there.
it's just like a side character. Showed up for like a couple episodes, like I think just like a single chapter or something in the manga.
Yeah.
But oh man,
That
Fury Luke,
yeah,
drink a sake to you, brother.
dude, that speech is like iconic, man. Yeah, just from Hirolik who
Yeah.
appeared in like just a couple episodes, but yeah,
Yeah, and kind of goes back to our father episode.
yeah.
But it's just like making sacrifices, and I think like that is a really cool theme. I mean, One Piece has a lot of themes, but I think like sacrifices is like a huge theme in like One Piece. What are you willing to sacrifice? Like, how far are you willing to go and stuff like that, and uh, just it doesn't matter what you sacrifice, just you will never die, and
Hmm.
even going into um, just the most recent chapter, um, with Egghead, um, Nika was never forgotten.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
people still dance, people like still rejoiced and everything. So yeah, you just don't die.
yeah, exactly. And like, I mean, yeah, this quote makes a lot of sense to me. It's just like, you know, yeah, even if you lose people in your life, like, they there's a part of them that will, never leave you, and like, as long as you keep them in your memory, um,
Yeah.
they'll live on.
Yeah, 100%. I just like thought about this, but I don't know if you want like to connect the quotes to real life too. I think that would be like a cool idea. But like for
Hmm.
example, this one it immediately gets me thinking of Day of the Dead with the Mexican holiday,
Yeah, yeah.
where
Oh,
um
yeah, yeah,
you know
that's true.
the yeah the on the Coco movie
Yeah.
you like you forget about them, but like they like if you still have the picture, if you still remember them, they will never really like um leave your side. And
Hmm.
I don't know that's why sometimes I really think about like making an impact on people, and just like not what's it called, be like a passerby, but just be someone that people would remember.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the whole theme of the Coco movie is that like, Hector wasn't truly gone until
Yeah.
yeah, um, everybody forgot about
Yeah,
him.
no.
So,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah.
And again, just that's why like that specifically is like my number one because
Yeah,
it
yeah,
just has
absolutely.
so much value for me. But
Absolutely.
hey, man, some people have to put at threes,
Hey, that's not my number three, man. That's, I mean, I'm just saying, right? Yeah, it's not in any order, particular order, though.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, that's, yeah.
right.
Um,
So
okay.
I talked about. I mean,
Oh yeah,
we
that,
went
yeah,
hand
we
in hand.
overlapped. Yeah, we
Yeah.
overlapped there. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Do you want to talk about your other one?
Okay, yeah. I don't know which one to choose because these are both pretty good. I'm sure there's gonna be overlap here. Wait. Why don't you go? Why don't you go? And then I'll, yeah,
Uh,
because I feel like
I
there'll be.
don't think. I don't think. this next one is an overlap for you. Um, which is like really cool as well. Where was it? Uh, there's, there's one that I can't remember. I was gonna say, but can't remember. I mean, there's two. Okay, I'll say one, but since we overlapped, I think I would want to say like another one.
Okay. Yeah.
But this one is definitely like one that I had, and the other one is just kind of like one that was thinking about it.
Okay.
But the flower of friendship can bloom even in hell.
Oh yes, yeah, Bunkley. Yeah, I wanted to put a Bunkley one too, but yeah, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Wait. um, Give me a second.
Yeah.
Sale. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
My little brother's here.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. So going back to the quote. Like the flower of friendship can bloom even in hell. I didn't really hear your comment though. Did you say something?
Yeah, I wanted to put a Bunkley one, but I have forgot about that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, that's good that you
Yeah.
mentioned.
So that one's cool, and like it really like hurts me, and like even seeing clips of it like make me um just like weep out.
Yeah,
It's such strong, but um I really hold this one like close to my heart as well, because like us two being long distance, and like just not really connecting, um you know in person,
yeah,
besides going to a trip in Japan. um it's amazing that how much our friendship has like flourished. And
that's so true. Yeah,
when you connect with someone in such a strong like level, it doesn't really matter. Like it doesn't really matter if you're far away. It doesn't matter if you are going through a lot. I went through a lot, and you were always there. And I had like a lot of downsides. I tend to um just kind of like shut myself off from people. But I don't know, with you it's just like so natural. And like we would send a message back in the day like once a week, once a month, and it was still cool. And like right now I think we talk a lot more often.
yeah,
But yeah, it's just, definitely like the flower of friendship blooms even in hell.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like, and I mean, I think it kind of also means like, no matter what you're going through, or even if you're in a tough situation, like you can always find, somebody who's can help you out. And um,
Exactly.
yeah, so like, yeah, and then Bunkley, goated character. I mean, yeah,
Oh man, that is number one honorary straw hat. We're thinking about, let's do an honorary straw hat tier list,
yeah,
but
yeah,
bro, there's no competition. That episode would be 2 minutes long.
yeah, yeah. One of my friends that I made recently, and she just got into One Piece, and I'm just like, and she was watching Alabasta, and I was like, it's like, oh, Von Clay is one of my favorite characters. She's like, why? And I'm like, all right, just wait, yeah, just
Yeah,
you'll see, yeah.
wait another what, like 300
Yeah,
plus
yeah, yeah,
episodes.
yeah, yeah. I
Oh
mean,
no.
he sacrificed himself the first time, and she was like, "Is it because of this?" And I'm like, I mean, yeah, yeah, it was because of that. And I wasn't trying to spoil anything. Yeah, I was like,
So still, like,
yeah. But even that,
honestly,
yeah,
yeah. Again, like you're an enemy. You met for like a couple seconds, and you like hit it off so well,
yeah,
and you still sacrifice like yourself. That I was like, oh man, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm
yeah,
like straight getting teary eyed, man.
yeah, man. That's a true friend right
Yeah,
there.
well,
Um,
100%.
okay, I
What was your other one?
Okay, I was gonna talk about another one, but I feel like since this connects to our previous one, I'll just say this one. Um, and it was with Saul, when he was Saul talking to Robin.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
I put
I
that.
forgot about that.
I put that on
Yeah,
my Instagram story. Yeah, that was like, yeah, I think so. Okay, yeah. So what he says to Robin, like, yeah, this one he has to say goodbye to her, and you know, O'Hara had already, you know, been destroyed, and you know, she has to go off in the world alone and stuff.
yeah,
And yeah, this was during Enies Lobby, right? Like when
yeah,
with her flashback, yeah. So yeah, and it goes like this. So
yeah. I believe so. Yeah,
yeah, so there is nothing more ridiculous than being born in this world to be alone. Someday you will meet brave friends who will protect you. Yeah, and then some translations they say like nakama, like you'll meet nakama who protect you, and I mean for One Piece, I think that makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
Yeah, and then like yeah, I mean I read this quote like maybe a few months ago, and then at that time I was feeling pretty like pretty down and pretty alone and stuff, and like um it's kind of funny because like I feel like the image that I put off is that like I have a lot of friends and that like I know a lot of people and stuff, which I do know a lot of people, but like people who truly feel like my friend I feel like are very few. um
yeah,
and yeah, and it's just like you know I think this can be a helpful quote for anybody who are they feel like they don't have anybody, but I mean or they need to be alone. And I think that like reading this quote really helped me out, and like um, it's just like yeah, I mean I don't know, man. It's tough to explain, but it's just like
yeah.
you know
No, and again, it's like we were talking about, like, different quotes resonate with people in different ways,
yeah.
and like this is definitely like one of those that I mean, I hold it close to my heart as well. It's just
Hmm.
like when I saw it, I like sobbed my eyes out because
Yeah.
I think when I saw it, I was going through like a pretty tough time and everything, and like watching One Piece because of you, I was just like, oh man, like it's such an amazing moment
Yeah.
to be able to share this with like my best friend,
Yeah.
and like I get that quote, and I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. 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 um exactly, like the last part of the quote as well, like someday you will meet brave friends or nakama who will protect you. And I think that that last part is really impactful for me too, because like you know I feel like there's a lot in this world that can be like scary, or and a lot of people trying to take advantage of you and of you and stuff, and like just having these friends that can be there to you know like truly be there for you and truly you know like protect you
Make
is
podcasts with.
yeah, make podcasts with. And yeah, just having those kind of friends, it's like I don't know, it's something special. And yeah, something I just try to remember that you know
Yeah, no,
it's
1000% agree.
yeah.
1000% agree, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's my second to last quote right there. Yeah, just I thought it was about
Uh,
friendship, so I wanted to yeah connect
yeah,
it.
no, I get it. I mean, that's one of the biggest themes in One Piece, just like friendship. There's so many cool themes, but like I think if you had to choose one big one, it is definitely that.
Yeah. Yeah. That might, if I had to choose number one, that might be my number one. I'm not sure. Yeah, at least for where I'm at right now, where yeah, it's like definitely something helped me
Well,
out
I mean, you took my number one, so I'm gonna
a
have to end with. I think it is. Like, I had another one, but I don't remember it too well. But this quote was pretty cool too. Um, oh, sorry. Like, were you done? My bad. I just started to change my mind. I was like, I forgot about what you were gonna say.
Yeah, I was done actually. Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Oh man, I got overzealous right there.
No, no,
I
no.
just
Yeah.
got salty, man. You
Uh,
took
you.
you took my quote. I was gonna
Uh,
end it on a high. Now we're gonna
uh,
end it with a dry. Like you started off with like a Superman punch.
I love, I love how this is supposed to just be like. Like, what's like touching us, and like what's what I don't know. Yeah. But okay, okay, whatever. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Wait. Go yeah. What's your next quote?
Oh man, that's so funny. Again, we're definitely not professionals here, just doing it just for the heck of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the last one that is also about like, friendship in a way.
Okay.
It says, I'll do what you can't do, and you
Oh,
do what I can't do."
yeah. That was on my
And
honorable mentions. Yeah.
yeah, that's stuff. And this actually was on my honorable mentions, but I forgot the other one.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say that one, um, because it's so true in life that, um, like you get stuck with what like you can't do, like you personally
Yeah.
can't do,
Yeah.
and you kind of like downgrade yourself and like beat yourself up for not being able to do a lot of things, but you start to realize it's like, man, not everyone can do everything, and um, just because I'm good at something or just because I'm not good at something doesn't mean that somebody else won't be there to help me,
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, well, they're prior crew, so they're teams, and like it happens with me as well. Like with work and with life. Um, there's a lot of things that I can't do, but you can,
Hmm.
and there's a lot of things that you can do, and um, or yeah, this,
Yeah,
we got a
yeah.
little bit mixed up, but yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, just that.
Um yeah, just to give the listeners some context, like this was in Eni's lobby. And this quote was like when Usopp, he kind of felt like, yeah, he kind of felt incompetent, and he's not,
Exactly.
yeah, because he's not strong like Zoro or Luffy or Sanji. But you know this was what Sanji had told him, like, yeah, there are things that you can do, that I can do but you can't do, but also that you can do but I can't do. And
Yeah.
yeah, and then right after this, Usopp goes and freaking uh like shoots the
Oh
Marines. And
man,
dude, that was
yeah.
sick scene. Yeah. I want to watch
That
that
was
scene again.
that
Yeah.
was really
Yeah.
how I really want to watch pre time skip.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I don't know, there's something about it that like it's so comforting.
Yes, yes. Yeah, my friend who's just watching One Piece now, it's like she's approaching Water 7, and then
Mhm.
I was like, okay, when you get to this episode, which is like Enies Lobby started, I was like, I gotta watch that with you too. It's like, yeah, because that's gonna be sick. Um, but yeah, 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 that's a great quote. Yeah, that was definitely on my honorable mentions. But that's definitely one of my favorites as well. Yeah. I have like a couple ones that are in my honorable mentions. Maybe I can just mention them a little bit and then just
Just
get
beat
into
me
my
to the
last
ground,
one.
bro. Like
Bro, like I I I gotta say, man, like, I'm since I'm in school and stuff, like I'm thinking about quotes a lot, so that's where my brain is like right now. So like that's why I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I'm pretty strong in this suit. But all right, so yeah, I just have two honorable mentions. So one of them is like I want to live, and then the other one is like I will never lose again, which is from Zoro. After,
Yeah,
yeah, I think those were, yeah, I want to live. It's like very simple, but it's very, it was very powerful. Um,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah, and you know, just I don't know, just those words by himself is just like, yeah. Um, I don't know. I don't have much to say about that. I feel like it explains itself.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it definitely like does. I mean,
Yeah.
if you would want to like explain it a little bit further, it's just like that one of those moments, and it doesn't have to be like, I mean, something that can relate right now is, uh, me like fighting with anxiety and everything,
Yeah.
is just the moment of like I want to breathe. you know?
Right,
Because
right,
sometimes
right.
when you're with anxiety, like you can't breathe, and like you just get that moment where it's just like, oh man, it's just like you
Yeah,
breathe,
yeah,
like
yeah,
you're it's weird to you to say or to think about it, because like, oh man, of course, like you're breathing. It's like, yeah, you're breathing, but you're not really like taking a breath, you're
yeah,
not. There's so much stress around you that you're like, oh man. So it's the same with I Want to Live.
yeah, exactly. And like, sometimes it can be hard to appreciate, what's in life and you know, yeah, sometimes you need those friends to lift you up, just like what happened in the story, and
Exactly.
yeah, just yeah, but and then the other one is like I Will Never Lose Again, by Zorro, and yeah, that was a really impactful moment for me too, like something that I yeah revisited as well, and then it was more impactful when I revisited it. I was just like, damn,
Yeah, I mean, Zoro's just like such a cool character.
yeah,
And like it's the cool thing about that quote specifically is that um he in that moment he realized how big of a feat his dream really was, because
yeah,
like you could always say like, I want to be the best teacher, or
hmm
I want to be, um, I don't know, the best podcast ever, or just whatever,
hmm
But you start to realize, I don't know, like for example, we post this podcast, and someone says, you know what, you guys suck, your audio sucks, like it's like horrible, and you start to realize, oh man, like, we were thinking that we wanted to have the best podcast, and we're just so focused on it that we didn't realize what like it entailed,
yeah, yeah.
and I mean, definitely, I don't want to be the best podcast. I just want to talk about One Piece. If two people listen to me, I'll be happy.
Yeah, yeah, me too, man. Yeah, just hopefully, this could resonate with somebody, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it already resonates with both of us, so I mean, that's pretty good
Oh
right
yeah,
there. Yeah,
1,000%.
yeah. All right, all right. I just got one more quote, and we can, yeah, talk about this one. So, yeah, I can't believe actually you didn't bring this one up. I thought you would actually, um, because like
Again, didn't do
there's like,
a lot of research,
oh,
man.
oh,
Like,
no worries, dude.
don't throw me under the bus. I established this in the beginning of the episode, and you're gonna throw me under the bus again.
like 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 oh man, it's like it's like it's like, yeah, man, don't you have, I thought you had more character than this, man. I thought you were like, man, nothing happened, like what the fuck.
We all know what you can't do.
No, no,
Oh,
man. Oh man.
oh God.
No, man. No. All right. So let me.
Yeah, you can't really say anything. You threw me under the bus right there. There's not much more to say.
uh, all right.
Oh,
Let me do this last one. Let me do the last one here. So, all right. All right. So, yeah, This one goes. So, if you hurt somebody, or if somebody hurts you, the same red blood will shed. Yeah, that one is
yeah,
yeah, one of the goated moments of One Piece, in my opinion, right there. Like,
yeah. That honestly is a great moment, and
yeah,
especially like now with everything going on in, I mean, just the world in general. Um, like one of the most like recent um, things with like the Black Lives Matter movement.
Mm.
Um, and it's just so um, strong in One Piece as well. It's just like, dude, it doesn't matter if you're a fishman. It doesn't matter if you're mink. It doesn't matter if you're
Yeah,
giant. Like it's gonna be same freaking blood.
yeah. Like you never think that One Piece would like, or a show like One Piece would talk about something like racism. But and even when it was happening in the Arlong Park arc, I didn't even realize that that was like racism, right? I thought that was
Oh
just
yeah,
like,
no,
yeah, I was just, but like, so Oda has been talking about, this kind of issue for pretty much the whole series.
yeah,
And
for sure.
yeah, and I think this quote just represents like kind of like a good message about, you know, just the whole racism topic in general, and
Yeah, no,
yeah, and
no,
it's portrayed,
1,000%.
yeah, and the moment was portrayed in such a beautiful way. Just, like just simple, like Jinbei, who's a fishman, giving his blood to Luffy, who is like a human, and
Yeah,
yeah,
just like I mean, even more than that, just blood flowing.
yeah,
Like you saw the quote while blood was flowing. Like
yes,
it got to a moment where it's just like you didn't see Jinbei, you didn't see Luffy, you literally just saw blood. Like it could have been like anybody on the other end. It's just
exactly,
blood.
yeah,
But
exactly,
yeah,
yeah.
probably throw me under the bus right there, man.
I'm sorry, man. No, I mean, it was not my intent. I'm just, I'm just, just trying to uh, talk about some quotes, you know.
Whatever, man. It's just like, oh yeah, just like quick 15 minutes. But I ain't no 15 minutes of research.
Dude, I literally spent 15 minutes just, yeah, just watching these. I mean, just looking for these stuff. But I mean, I don't
I
know.
mean, like, in honestly speaking, you're a little bit more detail oriented than me. Like for me, I'm just like more like general picture. When it comes to shows and everything,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I guess you could tell because like I don't remember anybody's name, but I remember like what happened.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. I don't know. I maybe, yeah, because like I feel like I think about some of this stuff like from time to time, and just like,
yeah.
yeah, and yeah, sometimes like if life can be intense, and then like, it's good to fall back on stuff like this. Yeah, think about this stuff a lot. Yeah.
I mean, a little bit of a side note, like keeping on track with quotes but moments. I'm really like looking forward to learning more about Fujitora and what he did to just like blind himself. Because like it was such an epic moment when he said, um, "I did this to myself." Like I did this because like the world was such a horrible place. I just like could not bear a single extra second of its sight.
Yeah.
So and, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, yeah, we'll cover moments, definitely, and yeah,
Oh, maybe that moment hasn't happened. I'm just like, no, I just remember that quote in general because he said it. Because I mean, it speaks to the character of or it speaks of the characters in general because like they're so much more in depth than um, just the regular good and bad.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. All right, cool. So yeah, I think I'm good with that. I don't have anything else to mention about the
No,
quotes
no,
there. Yeah.
no. I think of good. I mean, then there was one, but it wasn't really like too important. But I guess it was like more of a moment. Yeah, I'll save it for a moment.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, cool. So Yeah. Do you want to sign us off?
Yeah, yeah. Oh my, I forgot how to like sign
Uh,
sign out, man. We haven't been doing it for a
all right. So that
while.
was throwing. Oh no, I said my name. I didn't want to. Fuck.
Oh man, so the
Wait.
listeners are never gonna hear that.
We gotta scrap this whole thing. I just said my name. All right. All right. That was me
Man,
throwing my friend under the bus. Podcast
thank
number
you
two.
for podcast. Oh man. Well,
All right.
um, again, can't stress this enough how much I appreciate these little talks. Like I just have so much love for the series, so much love for my co-star right here, and so thankful for everybody or anybody or nobody that listens to this. Um, I'm just happy to be doing this and
Yeah.
love you all and love you, my co-star. That I won't say their name because he's gonna scrap the episode.
Yeah. Love you too, brother. So, yeah. Let's finish that there. I think that sounds great.
Yeah.